Hey guys, welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be talking about the conversation around if you should talk to other people about your manifestation and if you should be watching tarot videos or getting tarot readings that's not a word, in regards to, there we go, your manifestation. Okay, so I have seen a mixed review, and as always, you know yourself best and you know where you're at in your process best and what works best for you. But these are my thoughts and my experiences, and I am sharing them with you. And I love that you guys listen to me and then talk to me in the comments, because it's just so exciting for me to talk to people on the internet. Okay, anyway, so other people are the biggest reflection of ourselves, right? Like, our entire reality is a reflection of us, and that's why it's so exciting that you guys talk to me, because it's like we're all little reflections of each other, so I just love seeing that. Anyway, so, other people are the most high contrast, I don't know. I'm going to say voluminous. That's not it. Other people are the biggest reflection of ourselves. It's just like the easiest to see what's going on like that. So if you are trying to manifest something, and especially when it comes to no, you know what? I was going to say especially when it comes to romantic relationships, people are very opinionated on them. But I think people are really opinionated on everything. It can be the car you're trying to get. It can be the job you want, the job you have, literally anything. Some people can have some really strong opinions on that. So I'm just going to go with all the things. They can have really strong opinions on anything you're trying to manifest. Now, when we say you should avoid talking to other people about it, what I hear is we're not really avoiding other people. We are avoiding our reflection in them. Now, as we know, our 3D reality takes at least 1 second to render, so it is telling the old story. So if you go talk to someone, they could be reflecting your old story back at you, and it could maybe throw you off. But if you're really firm in your new story, it's not going to throw you off, so I don't get that one. Yeah, I don't. But if you're not really firm in your new story, it could trigger you, right? It could trigger the wounding that is still there that you need to keep persisting to move into the new story. But I just did a video about how I personally love taking fear-based action when it comes to uncovering what wounding I have going on. And I actually appreciate the triggers because it's really motivating to my healing journey. That's a whole video. That's a whole thing. So that's my process. So what the key is, and I mentioned that I was going to make this video in that video because I just did it. I want to say that this is all about advocating for yourself and what is your best process for you and how you like to interact with this 3D reality. My pets are asleep and they're so cute. Well, they're not asleep, but they're laying down and they're adorable. But yeah, I want you to be your best advocate, and I want you to prepare yourself as best as you can to be interacting in your old story or your current wounding. So when you go and you talk to someone, and tarot reading is just a reading of your energetic field. Now this could be your old energetic field. Depends on where your render is at. It could be kind of like the old test coming back to be like, hey, this was your old story. Are you sure you don't still want it? Or it could be like, hey, you kind of still secretly believe this. There's a part of you that's not on board. It still believes this thing. You should take a look at it. Now that can come up as tarot readings, or that can come up in conversations with people. They can trigger those two different things. So say for example, you're scrolling on TikTok or YouTube or wherever, and you see a tarot reading and it's affirming your new story, and you're like, yes, the thing is mine. It's all working out for me. I love this. And then you see one and everything's going well, and then all of a sudden it kind of brings up the old story and you're like, what? What is that? Now, you can ask yourself, do I still believe this? And you can take the time to investigate. So for me, I get excited by it. I'm like, oh my gosh, maybe this is something subconscious that is being brought to my awareness so that I can heal, because I'm affirming for the new story. And so this thing has to come up. I have to witness it so that I can clear this, heal this, do whatever is needed here to address this so that I can move into the new story. Thank you for showing me that. Or I can say, you know what? I think that's just the old story and that doesn't apply to me. Or I can just say, nah, maybe I don't know which category it is, but all I know is it's not resonating and I'm not doing it. And I just move on. What I'm saying is, in all those 3 examples, is I'm not getting triggered. Sure, if I think it's a current wound, I might be like a little upset, like, oh, dang it, I still think this. Oh, I thought I was doing so well. But you're still doing well. You're looking at all these new things. You're revealing all the things that you need to get out of the way or healed so that you can come into your new story. Now, why are people warning you, Alex, if this is such an amazing thing? Why would people warn you not to do it? Because self-concept. If your self-concept ain't doing so hot, you're going to see these things and you're going to believe that that's the story and you have no power over it, right? That's what happens when we don't believe that we're in control and that we are the power in our reality. We give our power away and we think, oh my God, there's a third party, that's it. That's the final straw. All these other circumstances, nah, I could have overcome them, but this one thing that is clearly tied to my wounding, it's it. It's over. It's over. And I did the trigger video, so it's like, maybe you need to have that full tantrum moment or that breakdown moment, and so you can let it go and let go of that old story. But I don't know. I just see these things when the old story shows its face or the wounds show their face. I see them as a positive thing. But again, it's really hard to stay objective if you don't have a good self-concept, because you're not going to see them objectively. Even if you're still triggered and you're feeling all these emotions, you need to have a strong self-concept so that you know at least somewhere in your mind that this is all going to be okay. It's all going to be okay. So, work on your self-concept. Because then when these things come up, you can even utilize it. You can avoid people. And you know what? When I'm working on something new, I avoid people. I don't want to talk to them until I feel like I'm in a really strong place. And then I kind of just dip my toe in the water. I might check TikTok and be like, let's see how it's doing before I go and call a friend and tell them what's going on. And you know what's also really interesting? I find that when there's a part of me that wants to check my story with my friends, and I want to just have a conversation with some of my friends that are kind of into manifestation but don't really get it, they won't be available. It's interesting how I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but I keep myself away from the things that are not in alignment with me, and you do too. And what I meant by that's a me thing, it's not a me thing to be protected. It might just be a me thing to be protected in that way, because that's what I feel is in my best interest. That's what I meant by that. We're all protected by our divine higher selves. I've been trying to get this eyelash out of my eye all video. I keep pausing. So I'm going to wrap this up because I can't. And I need to go so I can get this eyelash out of my eye. It's the universe telling me that I'm done. I'm done making videos for today. But yeah, this is actually going to be my shortest one. Check that out. So yeah. just keep in mind that everything is a reflection of you. And so when people are advising you to avoid your own reflection, it's probably because you should work on your self-concept, because you need to build up the value and worth within yourself so that when you go out and you see your reflection, it doesn't scare you, because you know that you have complete control over you. Just realized I've been looking at the light next to the camera and not into the lens this whole time. So I think it's bedtime for me. And thank you so much for tuning in to this video. Work on your self-concept. I don't care how great you think it is. I always think mine's great, and then I find some next level thing where I was like, oh wow, I really neglected that. So always something to work on. What a fun life this is. Thank you for being on this journey with me. If you want to work with me one-on-one, thealexandrarose.com, or the link will be down in the box below. I love seeing all your comments. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video.